Today, I am taking simple Dollar Tree reed forms and turning them into 3 beautiful home decor pieces. And let me tell you, the last one, I did not expect it to turn out like that. If you love budget-friendly DIY decor that looks high-end, you are going to want to watch this. Hi, I'm Loli. Let's create something beautiful and find a little joy along the way. This one is so easy and so different. Are you ready? We're going to start with this. It's kind of like a galvanized finish reed from the Dollar Tree. You don't always find it, but I got lucky. Then I have the leftover basket chains that we got from Dollar Tree from a planter from a video that I did a couple weeks back. I will be linking it in the description box and right here at the top of the video so you can enjoy that as well. And we are going to go ahead and hang our wreath as you see right there. However, it was a little bit too long for me. So later on, I came back and kind of reduced the size of that. I took the second one right here and I'm going to break it apart. But that would have not been enough chain for what I have planned. So I didn't like the length of the hanging one that I had here already attached to the reed form. So I'm going to break that one apart as well and reduce the links on here. So I counted, I believe it was 12 links on each side. So I'm going to just pull them apart as you see there, count 12 links, and then remove the remaining links. And I did that on all 3 of the chains. Then I closed the loops up and then just reattach it to the hook. And this made everything shorter and everything was leveled. All I had to do, just open up with the pliers and then just loop everything in place. Next comes the front part. With the remaining pieces of chain, I'm going to form different lengths and I'm going to hang them off of each one of the brackets that are there on the reed form. I flip the reed form over and begin attaching them. I don't know if it will be too long if I showed you each time. I started separating these links. I started attaching a link that was 9 links long. Then I attached another one to the following bracket that had 12 links long. Then I attached another one that had 15 links long, then 18 links long, then 21 links long. Then I came back with 6 links long. So I did 3 different sizes of chains, 3 links longer, one longer than the other by 3 links, if that makes any sense. And to attach them to each one of these brackets, I opened up one of the links, looped it onto the middle bracket in between, you see how you have 4 different circles? So in between 2 of the circles on those cross brackets, I attached the links there. And I did 6 in total with 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21 links. I just kept taking from others and adding here, taking off when needed until I ended up with those measurements. And then I just opened up the top link of each one of those and attached them onto the brackets of the reed form. And this ended up being so much easier while using some needle nose pliers to open them up and closing them into place. And I did that all the way around. Then I came in with some of these battery operated fairy lights from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to loop them into these as well. So these come with little hangers in place. So what I did is I removed the hanger from the hole that they have in the side and threaded the end of the chain link right through there so they will hang. And I repeated that with all 6 of them. And that is it for this one. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this one. I absolutely love it. This one is so quick and easy, but so cute. We are starting with this placemat from the Dollar Tree. I remove the tag, making sure to cut it, not pull it, so we don't mess up our placemat. And then I'm going to fold it. I'm going to take the two sides as you see there and just fold it as you see here, and then bring the front and the back together to form this little shape here. Kind of looks like a trapezoid. I can barely remember that from math. I wasn't that great at math, especially not trigonometry. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fold it as you see here. You have a better view. We are matching everything together and making sure that the bottom section is also straight. Now that I'm happy with how everything is matching, I'm taking some of these clips from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to clip one of the sides on the top here and also the bottom. Then here, I'm just adjusting anything that is not straight. And once I feel that everything is symmetrical, I'm going to take a couple more of those clips from the Dollar Tree and pin the other side. But before I do, I'm going to add a generous amount of hot glue right here at the seam. And then we're going to position these two places together. And then I took 3 clips close to each other to ensure that everything adheres correctly. If you plan on using this as a door hanger or something like that, you can use some tacky glue or some of our Tide Bond Quick and Thick. Once I was done gluing both sides, we're going to remove both of the clamps. But we'll do it in a minute. Let's let that cool down. In the meantime, I'm taking one of these beaded wreaths from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to see exactly how many beads I will need to position onto our placemat. I'm going to take some needle nose pliers first and just undo this. I'm just going to twist it the opposite way so I'm able to unhook it. Then I took the reed and I'm going to go over here to measure exactly how much I need so I can put it right here on the top. And once I'm happy with the amount, I'm going to take my pliers here, my snips, and I'm going to just go ahead and use my muscles and cut that off. Then I remove a few of the beads off of that side, and I want to make sure that I have some wire left over on both sides so I'm able to adhere this to this. Next, I took my needle nose pliers and I'm going to bend one of the sides into an L shape. And using the same pliers, I'm going to straighten up the hook that it originally had. And while doing that, I wiggle my beads out of the place, but that's fine. We are going to leave some of them off, and we are going to do the same thing that we did to the other side. But here, I'm going to take that edge that we have here, and I'm going to bend it also. And I'm going to use some brute force to push both of those ends of the wire through those 4 layers of placemat. The good thing is that this is kind of like a, I don't know, like a basket kind of weave. So I'm able to kind of maneuver in between the little holes here and there as I'm going on each one of the layers until I go all the way through. Then I bent the wire completely upward to match the other side. As you see there, like they're both next to each other now. And then I pushed the beads in place right on top. And I repeated the same thing on the other side. I removed the clips and look how beautiful my little purse is. Do you like it? I love it. But I'm not done yet, okay? I took a variety of florals from the Dollar Tree mostly. I think all of them actually. And I took a piece of floral foam that I got from Timo, and we are going to just throw it right inside of a little purse right there. Then we are going to take some of these florals from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut them into individual pieces. I have here way too many. I ended up using half of those. But I'm choosing the best ones. And I'm going to go ahead and clip off the florals that I need. I'm going to place 4 of these inside of here. I'm going to start right here, pretty much north, south, east, and west onto the basket. Then I added some of these yellow florals, also from the Dollar Tree, on here. I added, I believe, 4, trying to put them in between each one of those florals, just trying to even them out. And I want them to kind of be wispy towards the outside of the baskets, kind of like spilling out. And I love the little greenery that they also have. Then I taken this greenery from the Dollar Tree. Is I always get confused. This is eucalyptus, I believe. And we're going to place 2 pieces right here towards the front. And for the middle, I thought we needed a little bit more color. So I went for these tiny little florals that also I got from Dollar Tree. I had left over from a different project. And I'm going to add 2 right here on the sides. I still had a space in the middle of those. And I took this leftover floral that I had from a different project as well. It also came from Dollar Tree and placed it right here in the middle. And that is it for this one. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this project. I love it. My friend, today's video is part of the Wood Round or Wreath Wednesday. This is a collaboration in which we do DIY home decor using wood round and wreath forms, and we do this on the fourth Wednesday of every month. And this is hosted by my friend Aurea from DIY with Aurea, myself, Loli from Loli's Creations. And we have many creators joining us, so make sure you click in the link in the description box below to enjoy the entire playlist and show everyone some love. This one started as this simple wreath form, but when I'm done, your jaw will drop. Mine did. I took the wreath form and some of this rope from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the white one to wrap the entire wreath form with it. Before I started wrapping, I added a little bit of hot glue to the end to avoid any unraveling. Once that hot glue has dried, I remove the tape that comes on the end. This just avoids any fraying as you're removing the tape. At the end here, it didn't really matter that I did this. It's just a habit that I have. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and put it on the bottom section of the wreath form on one of the brackets. And then I just press down my rope against it. And then I just began wrapping and wrapping, making sure that the rope was very close to each other so you barely saw the wire. And once I got to the end of that piece of rope, I just tucked it inside of that bundle and glued it down. Then I took the next piece and added hot glue on top of where the other one ended and started my next row just like that. And I continued to do that until most of my wreath form was completely covered. When I got here to the top where my hanger goes, I'm just going to take a piece of cord or rope as you see there and just create a loop. I'm going to unravel it as you see there, add hot glue in the middle and then twist it back on. This just avoids it from unraveling when I cut it. Then I'm going to just glue the edges as you see there to make sure that everything stays in place as well. Now we are going to go ahead and start adding the other piece right here to continue wrapping this. As I did before, I'm going to add the piece of cord on top of the one when I ended here. And then I'm going to continue to wrap this. But as I'm wrapping this, I'm going to position my cord or my hook for my wreath form right there where it will go. And I just started wrapping this until I got to about the middle section of where the hanger will go. Once I got here to where the hanger will go, I just added a little bit of hot glue in the inside portion of the rope on each side. And then I'm going to glue down my hanger right in there. I made sure to hold it in place until it completely dried. And be sure to be generous with the amount of glue because you do not want this to fall apart. Once those two sides were nicely adhered, then I'm going to make sure that everything is still being covered, all the wire is covered, but then I'm going to wrap it here. I'm going to go next to that rope, then I'm going to hold it in place and then do the next revolution next to that previous one, sandwiching that hanger in between. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get to the other side. When I get to the other side here, you see that the rope gets a little bit tighter in the bottom and looser at the top. So we're just going to make some space at the bottom so we can fit it in. And then keep wrapping until it's completely covered. And then we're going to secure it here in the back with some hot glue. I unraveled the little edge there, added hot glue in between all the strands, wrapped it again, twisted it in place, and then cut it right where I added the hot glue. And then tack the little edge down with some hot glue for a seamless finish. And we are ready for the next part. I'm so excited to show you this. All right, so I took some of this brown rope from the Dollar Tree. I used, I think, a total of 2 bundles for this. Actually, no, I used just 1 bundle, actually, yes. I'm going to cut this bundle into 4 pieces. The pieces are about 16 inches long. Now we are going to make sure that they are even, and I'm going to twist it, as you see there, into like a thicker rope, but I'm making sure that the bottom is kind of flat so I'm able to glue it down. This is going to be mainly inside, so I am using hot glue. You can always use a combination of E6000 and hot glue to make this more weatherproof. I am sorry that here you cannot see exactly what I'm doing, but I'm pretty much just gluing only the bottom, like where the little piece here, let's call it the trunk, okay? That's a little hint of what I'm making. So you're gonna just add the hot glue to that portion here, and then make sure that you're able to spread out the edges. We're gonna leave edges pretty much long at the bottom of the wreath form. Then here, I'm adding hot glue in between the bristles, and I am twisting them. This so it becomes a one rope, but I'm only doing it in just like 1/3 of this, just this portion right here, and just a little bit higher up. And once I get to about 2/3 up of the wreath form, we are going to not glue anymore. You're going to open it up as you see right there. And now that I am happy with the height, I added hot glue right here at the end, so the twist will end there. And then from here, these will be branching out. Hint, hint, do you know what I'm making? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm telling you, this is my favorite. All right, let's go on. We're gonna take each one of these and spread them out as you see right here. And once that hot glue dry, I'm going to come in and unravel these 4 pieces into 8 pieces. So we are splitting each one into 2, ending up with 8 of them. Then I'm going to spread them out as you see there, and I'm going to begin gluing these 2. These 2 are the ones that are going to be stabilizing this together. We are making sure that the middle portion is centered, and we are pulling these in opposite directions so it will keep that piece of rope erect and everything centered. So I'm adding hot glue here, holding it till it dries, because if you move it too quickly, everything is going to shift. So once that one side was fully dried, then I'm going to the other side and gluing it down as well. Then I took the remaining pieces and split those into 2 pieces as well. And this is so I have more pieces to spread around. And I'm going to just go ahead and continue to do that with the rest of them. And this is what we ended up with. Then I decided to take a couple pieces and just randomly undo them into 2 separate pieces also, just so I have pieces that are thicker than others and we have some variety. And this is what I ended up with. I spaced them out as best as I saw fit and then started gluing it down with some hot glue. My friend, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button, and while you're there, let me know in the comment section where are you watching from. I love to know how far my videos are reaching, and share, because sharing is caring and it helps my channel grow. Thank you so much. And next, I trimmed off all of the excess jute cord from the edges of the wreath form. Now we are going to unravel the bottom section we have left. Remember I had told you to leave a long section underneath? I did it pretty much the same way that I did the top, but I am putting the strands a lot closer together and gluing them down. We are making them look like roots. Do you know what I'm making yet? I can't wait to show you. Well, here you see what I'm talking about. Once I did that, I'm going to trim the bottom section also so everything is nice and even. Next, I'm taking some of these reindeer molds that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I used 2 packs. And then just adding some hot glue, I am gluing these reindeer molds all around the top section of the entire wreath form where all of the jute cord is, right here on the ends. I added some rocks in the bottom section here, which is the roots. I'm being sure to be generous with the amount of hot glue, and I'm just spreading them around, trying to bury the colors. And look how beautiful that looks, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to take some of these fairy lights and put them on the trunk, limbs, and some sections of the greenery of our tree. And we are done. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this project. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, here are a couple more videos you are sure to enjoy. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're amazing. Bye.